Hi, it's Warren Huart here. Hope you're doing marvellously well. Today, what I'm going to do is open another Alex Calise song. This song is called Throwing Down. It's a song that's still in a state of transition. But when we were writing the song, I was putting parts down with just DIs, etc. So what I'm going to do now is go back and rework the bass line, which was just a scratch, and put like a better sounding and a better played bass line. Please go to producelikeapro.com and sign up for the email list. And of course, you can get exclusive video content of behind the scenes stuff as well. You can download files for editing. You can download drum samples for free and all kinds of fun stuff. And of course, we're always doing a ton of different competitions and giveaways which you can enter as well. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And thank you very much. So let's get started on here. I'm going to use my jazz bass on this one because it's a little bit throatier. I usually use my PV, which I love, the T40. It's got a good round, solid kind of low mid. But I want to make this a little bit rockier, so I'm going to use my jazz bass. So let's have a listen to the scratch bass first of all. It's actually pretty cool because I did just a DI, but it's got a Sans amp on it. Well, it's got a guitar amp on it. This one's called Crush. This is the Waves one. It's also got a Sans amp and a pretty heavy EQ there, taking off 74. And there's the R bass. So all I'm going to do is replicate the part, and then it's because what I'm lacking is really the bottom end. Now, obviously, some of that could be the EQ. So let's have a look at that EQ again. It's making little or no difference. I mean, it's a cool part. It's very straightforward. It's just following the root notes. So let's just let's keep that, and we'll do another bass. So I'm going to create two new inputs. The way I was doing that was Shift Command N for new. I'm going to put 2 in here for the create. You see it's got mono audio track. Press return or enter. Okay, I'm going to set my inputs. My inputs are for bass on 21 and 22. So it's coming 21 and 22. 21 and 22. So bass DI. Bass amp. Let's group those. So Command G for group. Call it bass. There we go. Change my output. Okay, so my bass DI is the radial. As you can see on the radial, it's actually a stereo one, and so I use it for. It's great to have it because I use it for stereo keyboards, or I can use it for bass or guitar. As you know, I run a DI on the guitar as well in case we want to reamp or use any of the other, any plugins or anything like that. As far as the amp is concerned, we're miking it with a Sontronics mic, which is fantastic. And as you can see, the miking here, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty central. Get some of the top from the cone, and I can EQ that out if I want later. But as you've seen probably in my other bass recording videos, that's set up 99% of the time. It barely ever gets touched. And most of the other manipulation of the sound is done on the DI and the amp, at the mix stage. Okay, so here we have the good old-fashioned Fender jazz bass. This Fender jazz bass is made in Mexico and probably cost about $179 when it was new, because it was quite a few years ago I got this. It's great. I love it. It does the job. If we go in here on the DI, bass amp. Let's do the bass amp on its own. All the bottom end. Now this actually still has the standard pickups in it, believe it or not. Has the standard cheaper Mexican ones. However, Seymour Duncan, who are the kings of pickups as we know, have given me the jazz bass pickups to put in here. So I'm really excited about putting that in. So when we do future videos, we'll see what the difference is using the Seymour Duncan pickups. Also, it has a badass bridge, which was probably the best investment I could make. I really feel like the extra sustain from this bass has got a lot to do with this high quality bridge, taking off the cheaper components and putting a really high quality one on like that is really useful. So let's listen to the bass part. See, even though I wrote this song, I still have to go back and remember it. Okay, so now you might have noticed I went in and out of input, and the way to go in and out of input is Option K. That's Option K. Obviously, this is only for Apple users on Macs, but yeah, Option K gets you in and out of input, so you can play along. That was pretty awesome. I really like those two bass sounds together. I made one mistake there. As you can see when I went in, there's just like a weak hit. I take it out of option here. Solo it. We can go into, if we go into grid, which we're in at the moment, if we go down to 8th notes, listen. So I could just take one of these 8th notes here, highlight it, do Command C, or just C if you've got the A to Z button highlighted here, and then just drop it in here. You'll get a better hit. Now obviously you heard a little pop there, so let's just put a fade in, make this larger here. Let's go to a nice place somewhere in the middle. Put a relatively wide fade on it. Same here. This looks good about here. And there you go. So that's the edit. Okay. So there's the pre-chorus idea. Let's have a listen to the chorus. I like these two basses together. It's giving us a really great sound. Here's just the new bass. Add the scratch. Awesome. I went a little longer on this. Wow. You know, you could do a number of things. You could we could copy this here and just put it on here. You know, do that. Just cheat like that. We'll get. You know, that works. Get rid of this. Put a fade. If you've got the A to Z button highlighted there, you can put the fade by just literally pressing G only. That's the G on the keyboard. And you see it puts a fade. So you don't have to like highlight the whole region. Just put G, and from anywhere from the right, it will put a fade. If at the front here, for instance, let's just say we trim to the front here. We'll trim here. I hit B, highlight, delete, or you can highlight and delete anyway. So if I just want to do that, and I hit D, it will put a fade from the left. So that's pretty good quick keys to know, the D and the G. Okay, great. So yeah, so those two basses together work great. Let's have a quick listen. That's a nice touch. Didn't remember doing that. Okay, so, and it sounds like I did it in the middle as well. So, okay, let's try just putting that down, see what we get. Now, if you're on your own, what you can do is, you see there, I try to put it into record and jump to the bass quickly. You know, get your transport out, which if you're turning it on and off is Command 1, so it brings it on and off. And then go along and see it's got a pre-roll here set for 10. Let's make it 2 bars, like so. Make life a lot easier. Cool. So what it's doing there, unbeknownst to me, is it's doing that F sharp B flat part there. So I could punch in and fix that, so we can come back here. Cool. There it is. I mean, that's, like I said, I just open up these songs and we work on them, and that trashy bass sound that I had put down in the scratch is great, but it's also kind of cool against, you know, this new, slightly better, you know, better recorded bass where I've got an amp going. The two together is fantastic. Take it out. Sort of one-legged. It's only got one. Put them together. So there's a mistake in the original scratch. Now that we're going to keep it, we can do a quick repair. See here, we just listen to the scratch only. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take off the pre-roll, because every time we're listening back, I don't want to have to listen to the pre-roll. So Command K. That's Command K turns the pre-roll on and off. Let me just take maybe these two. Pretty strong. Put them in here. Whoa. So Command C, or just C and V, paste, copy and paste. Perfect. What I do sometimes if I'm moving quickly for editing, I know a lot of people do this, I'll highlight the region really quickly, especially if there's tons and tons of edits. I'll go Command 8 and I'll bring up the beat detective and fill and crossfade and just hit smooth. So when I've done like a ton of edits and I'm trying to move quickly, you know, like tons and tons of edits all over the place, I might just highlight the whole region and have it put the fades in for me. It's a really quick way of moving around when you're doing a lot of work. So that's those two bass sounds together. What I did is I had, when we were writing the song, because we were writing and building the song, this is the song that you know, Greg D'Angelo played drums on. You can download those drum files and edit them as well. But we had built a really basic demo. I had played electric guitar through a DI, and I played bass through a DI, and then created that fuzzy, you know, distorted sound. But now going back and revisiting it, I was just going to replace that distorted sound with a, you know, with a better bass tone. But the two together sounds fantastic. I mean, it's that they compete a little bit here and there, but that kind of messed up sound, I think, is really, really cool and adds to the sort of trashy kind of aspect. This song I wanted to be sort of like, not Muse, but like, you know, orchestral, big drums, big distorted guitars, you know, synths, etc. And I love these two sounds together. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. Please go to producelikeapro.com and sign up for the email list. You'll get the drum files from this song, actually, that you can edit. Also, you can get the drum samples that I use on every song. You can download those. And of course, there's all the behind the scenes stuff, and there's always giveaways. As we're recording this, there's a mic giveaway, Yamaha guitar giveaway, Arturia keyboards. There's tons of different giveaways. Obviously, in a year's time, there'll be different ones, but we're continually doing it. So please go to producelikeapro.com and sign up on the email list. And thank you for watching.